Well, hello everybody. Oh, I'm not in focus. What happened to my focus? Whoa, craziness. How's it going, everybody? How are we doing today on this wonderful, beautiful Wednesday? Welcome back to another episode of Ask StreamYard. I am your host, Melanie Dyann Howe, and I'm super excited to be with you guys today because today we're doing our super fun special edition. We do this about once a month where we are just doing live Q&A, everybody. So if you've got questions about StreamYard, live streaming, post those in the comments. I will absolutely put that in the queue and we will answer your questions. So we don't have a specific topic today. We're actually just doing an open Q&A, which I think many people like. I think a lot of people like the open Q&As sometimes. So this, if you're new to the show, we actually do this show every Wednesday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. And here we are, right? Usually we pick a topic from our Facebook group or somewhere where somebody's posted a question. And if it's something that we can take a really good deep dive in, then we absolutely love to feature it on the show. So each week, usually we just feature one question and we take a deep dive on it. But today, it's open Q&A. So if you are new, again, make sure that you are part of our Facebook community. It's absolutely a wonderful place to be. Many of you watching are in our Facebook community. Awesome support, lots of great ways to learn how to up-level your live videos. And of course, get your questions asked and get support from other users in the community. So I am Melanie Dyann Howe here. I am a live streaming mentor here at StreamYard. I love to help people go live and to up-level their live videos. I got a lot of stuff going on. When it comes to that, I just did one yesterday for a group. I've got one I'm doing later today for a group. I feel like I'm always teaching how to level up your live videos. So if that's what you're here for, definitely give me a fun shout out and it's going to be fun. Chad. She even looks fabulous blurry. Well, thank you, Chad. It's good to see you in the comments today. Good to see you. So, all right, we got all kinds of people here today. I see we got some questions coming in. This is fantastic. Super excited to see y'all in here today. So we've got Iowa in the house. We've got New Jersey in the house. We've got Vancouver. We've got Serbia in the house. All kinds of people are here today. So definitely, lots of questions coming in. I love it. I love it. And I will say, if you have a feature request, request. I will try to give you what I can, but honestly, if you have a feature request, the best thing for you to do is actually to head on over to our website and go to the contact page. So on that page, you'll see a link where you can actually submit your ideas, feedback about features. So definitely put that in there. I won't be able to really entertain much about feature requests. So now if you are used to seeing me here every Wednesday hanging out with you, you might notice that I'm back to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone here. I've got it back. We're back with that one here today. And I just realized, there you go. The Elgato Wave 3 microphone. I was using the Shure MV7. I've actually been having some issues. It doesn't seem to want to work with the mixer application I'm using. So today we're going to be testing later to see if me just going back to the good old USB microphone is going to fix the problem. So I actually love this microphone, the Elgato Wave 3. I literally love it. I think it's a fantastic microphone. You just plug it in. It sounds great. But honestly, just so you guys know, can I tell you a secret? I plugged it in right before we went live. So I hope it sounds okay. Let me know in the comments if it sounds too loud, whatever. Thank you, Doug. Always appreciate it when you're here. Got my back, Smackdown Outdoors, hanging out with me. Definitely appreciate that for sure. So, okay, I'm going to actually jump in here pretty quick and get to some comments and some questions because you guys legit you are bringing it today. So we're going to hang out here for a while and we're going to talk about it. Yes, John Ho says, join the Facebook group, peoples. Thanks to all the great people that answer questions in there and offer input. Yeah, so many of you are so helpful in there. Shout out to all of you that are always helping everybody out. So, all right, let's get to it. Shall we get to it? All right, so Belinda had a question. Belinda's question was, when can we add our own music to the background music section? It's totally free and the loop option is brilliant, but I want to add my own music. Yeah, so Belinda, as of right now, that is not part of the background music feature. So it's my understanding, I've heard Dan and Gage make a couple references. If you watch the town halls every Sunday, that's one of the best ways that you guys can kind of get a feel for what's coming and what they're working on. I will say that I'm going to change... Whenever I do Q&As, I always like to use a good crop layout because then it kind of the question doesn't cover my face. So I also, by the way, like to feature some background music when I'm doing Q&A. So let me just turn this light up a little bit. Oh, I need my headphones in if I'm going to do that. We're going to skip on that right now. Okay, back to what I was saying. So Dan and Gage have absolutely made reference to that this could be a feature in the future. That's a mouthful. It certainly will not be a feature on the free plan. I can tell you that right now, because that's a great feature, and this isn't going to come with a free plan. However, all plans, just so everybody knows, all plans have background music now. So in your StreamYard account, in your StreamYard studio, if you go to brand and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you will actually see 8 music tracks that you can play while you're streaming and doing your live Q&As or whatever. You can change the volume, and yes, you can select loop where it will just restart that song over again, as Belinda mentioned. As of right now, you cannot upload your own music, but it sounds like it's something they want to potentially add in the future. One of the things that we always like to make sure everybody understands is when you upload music, you have to make sure you have the rights to play that music and use it in your streams and use it where you're streaming. So there are a lot of stipulations when it comes to music and copyright issues and all those things. So always be very careful when you are playing your own music, when you're streaming. The 8 tracks that are in the StreamYard studio are absolutely copyright free. You can use them anywhere for all of your live videos. So great question though. I'm glad you asked it. Let's see here. I am looking at the current comments really quick, grabbing some more questions we've got coming in. I'm going to try to go through these as fast as I can today because, honestly, I think that you guys always come in here and I always just want to get to your questions as soon as I can. So we're going to be a little bit rapid fire today when it comes to all that stuff. So Dale says the free royalty free is great, but it's getting old already. Need to get something new. I understand. So one thing you guys, I want to make sure you all understand is that you can use subscription services like Epidemic Sound. There are others out there. Another one that's out there that is awesome and is also free is our Streambeats. It's called Streambeats, and it's by Harris Heller. He is a streamer who developed this massive library of copyright-free music, and it's free for you to use. So you can use it on Amazon Music, Apple Music, and Spotify. You can also go to his YouTube channel, and you can find a lot of those tracks there. There's a website as well, streambeats.com. Check it out because there's a lot of free music there. Now, you can't upload those tracks into StreamYard. However, there is a way you can play the music in the background of your stream. Do you guys want me to show you how to do that real quick? I mean, it's kind of not what we talked about today, but I'm going deep here. I'll get to the rest of your questions here. I promise I will. Do you guys want me to show you? I will absolutely show you how to do that. So let's just say, here we go. Let me grab another studio. So what you would do, let me just explain it really quick. You get in your studio. You're going to go to StreamBeats, on Chrome, or if you have Spotify, or something like that, then open up that application, right? You are going to go to share your screen in StreamYard. And when you go to share your screen, let me just grab it here. Let me open up a demo studio real fast. And I'll show y'all how to do this. Real quick. Yes, you can stream. You can absolutely stream on your profile pages and your business pages. You just have to... I've been trying to stream to both, but it only pulls in the profile Facebook page and not the main page. Facebook profile page, not the main page. You just have to make sure that you are on a paid plan for multi-streaming, and you have to select both of those destinations for your stream. But if you're having issues with that, Crystal, get up with our support. Definitely check out support, and they can help you troubleshoot that. Okay, I'm going to enter the studio here. All right, we're going to get a little double Mel action here. Let me actually open Spotify so that we can get in here. Let's get to the Harris Heller stuff here. Again, you have to make sure, as Doug said, you have to make sure that you have the rights to play the music. So you need to be very, very careful about this. Don't just go play whatever you want in your Spotify account. That is not going to work. You have to make sure that you can play it. You have the rights to play it on the proper channels in the proper way, just like we have with StreamBeats. Okay, I'm going to share this is going to be craziness. All right, I'm sharing my screen of the other studio. So this is actually me over in another browser, okay? Another browser. So here's what you can do. You can actually go down to the bottom here. So if I go to share my screen, okay, right here. When I go to share, I'm going to say share screen. And if you notice, screen number 2, which is where, there we go, StreamBeats, okay? That's because I have Spotify open. If I share that screen, do you see this button down here at the bottom where it says share system audio? If I select share system audio and I select this screen, I can actually play this music and it will come through. The sound will come through. The other way you can do it is you could have, a Chrome tab open with StreamBeats going, and you would say share tab audio. I will tell you right now that if you do the screen and you share system audio, the sound quality is actually better. So you would click share, and then literally what you have to do, okay, is you have to actually you have to add this to your stream, all right? So in order to get that audio, you have to add it to your stream. So you would add it to the stream, but then you would go back to solo mode. So see how this monitor is in your stream. It's just behind you. You are in solo mode, so you have yourself only on screen, right? Now, if you go over to Spotify and I were to play music on Spotify, that audio would actually come through. It's just in the background because you can't see that I'm sharing my screen. That's the workaround to playing your own music. So that's one thing you could do. That's definitely one thing you'd want to try. Okay, so hopefully that was kind of fun. Lots of questions coming in here. I'm going to do my best to keep up and keep going fast. Okay, let me put these in my question queue. I'm only going to answer relative questions at Square Table Degenerates podcast, but your humor is always interesting. Okay, so that's how you do that. That is actually a workaround to playing other music. So maybe that's something you hadn't thought about before, Dale, but now you have it. So, okay, next question. Let's see here. All right, so Joanne, go back to this. All right, so Joanne Benko says, haven't used the 30-second countdown timer yet. If I go live on YouTube via StreamYard, how do I coordinate the timer with the go live button on StreamYard? Is there any lag time, any tips? Yes, there is lag time. This is a great question. So What I always suggest is that if you are on, so I always suggest this. If you're on a free plan, you're not going to be able to upload your own custom background or overlays, okay? So what I suggest you do is you start just with the basic background, okay? Click on that. So that would look like, literally, it would look like this. That's what it's going to look like, okay? So basic black background. You could put a banner up. You can have a banner up that says, welcome to the stream. We'll get started shortly. That's all part of the free plan, okay? Have all that turned on, set up. You're not added to the stream just yet. Click go live in StreamYard. Wait about 5 seconds and then click on that 30-second countdown timer and then add yourself to the stream behind the scenes. That's how it works. You need to go live. Now you could click on the countdown timer and then click go live right away. And as that stream starts, it'll probably start at the 24-second mark, whatever. It kind of just depends. But that's why we have that countdown timer in there, so that you can actually have that lag time, get through the lag time, especially if you're multi-streaming, because your stream's going to start on YouTube faster than it's going to start on Facebook. So that is actually why that's in there. But you actually want to go live, then click the countdown timer. If you're on a paid plan, what I suggest is how we start this show. I always start the show with a thumbnail, an overlay displayed. I start here, you guys join, I actually turn on some background music, and then when I'm ready to kick things off, I click on that 1-minute countdown timer that we use here, and then that's how we go. So if you're on a paid plan, I would overlay a thumbnail. I would add your thumbnail as an overlay and start with that on screen as you get started. Then click your countdown timer, turn off the overlay, add yourself to the stream, and when that countdown timer is over, you will automatically be ready to go as long as you're added to the stream. So hopefully that helps you with that question. Okay. Let's see here. Joanne has another question. When doing an interview, should you have the guest on the right or left side of the screen? Right or left position as the YouTube viewer sees it? Any thoughts? So the difference with when you have a guest on screen is, let me just give you an option here. I'm going to actually simulate this a little bit. Okay. When you have a guest on screen, you have this view, you have this view, right? So let's go to this view. So your guest is on screen with you. You can actually drag and drop. So in the studio, you just drag it over and drop it and switch it. The only reason it really matters whether you have your guest on the left or the right is because you also have this view when you have a guest. You have the showcase view for your guests, right? Now, if they're on the left, they're going to be in the big window. If you want your guest to be featured, then that's what you want to do. Now you can easily drag and drop it and change it back. This is actually, I like this for when you do have a guest and you want to feature them, but you don't want to go off screen. So you would want them on the left in that case. If your guest is going to share their screen and you want them to be able to use this particular view, okay, where you go off screen, but they're here and they have their shared screen small, they also need to be in that left position. That's really called position number 1, the very far left. And so when you have guests on screen with you, that's where it really comes down to where it matters here. Other than that, it really doesn't matter. So great question though. Okay, let me check in real fast. See if I have any new questions. I got to put in the queue. Oh, I got to scroll down. Ooh, you guys are awesome today. All kinds of comments. Got all kinds of people joining us. If you are joining us, we're actually doing the live Q&A today. So we're doing our monthly live Q&A for Ask StreamYard. Usually we jump in and we grab a specific question and then we go, that's what we do. We take a deep dive on it. But today I'm taking questions rapid fire. Okay, so Park Crew says, will StreamYard offer a 1080p add-on option for the basic plan without upgrading to the pro plan? As of right now, I don't know if that's the case. Obviously, as resolutions change, when it comes to the standards out there, this very well could happen. I personally am not aware, do not know. I'm not in the know. So it could be in the works to maybe basically make 1080p standard across the board on all three StreamYard plans. I don't know that for a fact. I actually haven't heard anything about it. Doesn't mean it's not happening, but I don't know the answer to that question. Somebody in our Facebook group says, is there any way to access the Zoom controls on my webcam from within StreamYard? I haven't found anything yet, but wanted to narrow the field of view. No, you, as of right now, you cannot zoom in via StreamYard. You would have to zoom in on your camera. If you have, some of the webcam applications have settings, you can open the settings and zoom in there. And then you add the webcam to StreamYard and it would be zoomed in. But inside StreamYard, that is not currently, you can't currently crop in or zoom in when you do that. And if you did, it would be a digital zoom anyway. So just keep in mind that when you crop in, you zoom in, it's going to lower your resolution a bit, meaning the resolution of your camera, right? Gear 2 Media says, how do you integrate OBS with StreamYard? Oh, I love this question. So I am not going to be able to do the best demo here, but I'm going to open up OBS. Really what it is, Gear 2 Create Media, it's you would use the OBS virtual camera. Oh, looks like there's a new OBS version. I will not do that right now. So if I open up OBS and we look at this right here, this is OBS, okay? Hold on, this is bugging me. Let me go back. I'm going to go to our new animated background. All right, so if I go to OBS, this is your preview window, of course, as you know, if you're an OBS user, Gear 2 Media. All you have to do is go down here and turn on virtual camera. When you turn on virtual camera, basically anything that's here, you can actually display in StreamYard. When you go to StreamYard, when you select your webcam, you would, if you have the virtual camera turned on, you would select OBS virtual camera. And at that point, your webcam, meaning this view right here, would be anything happening in OBS. I actually do this for my own streams on my own channel. So I actually use OBS to do a little bit of extra customization, transparent countdown timers and things like that. And so I use the OBS virtual camera. I also like it because the Stream Deck, I can do some cool things with my Stream Deck in OBS that I can't quite do in StreamYard just yet. And so I like to use it for that. And so yes, that's a great thing, great suggestion. That would be how you would do that. Hopefully that answered the question in enough detail. There you go. And Michael says, watch my game show, and you can see how I use OBS virtual camera using StreamYard. What's up, Michael? It's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so definitely you can check out his stuff. He's actually does all kinds of crazy things, so super fun things. If you have a question for me today, put a Q in front of it. I would love to get it and see it in the middle of all these comments. So I certainly want to get to as many questions as I can today while we've got the time to hang out together. So, okay. Good questions. I see them coming. I'm putting them in the queue. So I'm going to just keep on going here. Rapid fire. All right. So Triathlon Tips with Coach John says, I have 716 subs and I've tried live streaming several times with little success. Should I wait for more subs before trying again like 1,000? Personally, I would say absolutely not wait. Do not wait. My question is how are you defining success? What do you mean by success? Is it that people aren't showing up live? Is it that people aren't commenting? Is it that you're not getting replays? What are you measuring success with here? If people aren't showing up live, try some tactics like scheduling in advance, promoting your live stream outside of your YouTube channel. Often I think that people just think we create a live video and people are going to come. If you have an email list, if you have an Instagram channel, if you have Facebook, if you have a Facebook group, post about that live show that you're going to be doing and get people to show up live. That is definitely one of the things that you can do. Going live consistently, meaning the same day, the same time every week. This show right here, every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Many of you just kind of know it's ingrained in your minds. 11 o'clock, Mel is going to go live and talk all things live streaming, right? So a lot of you like to tune in week after week. You just know you're used to it. Your audience will become used to it as well. And that consistency and frequency will help more people show up. I do not think you should wait for 1,000 subs. In fact, many people here watching probably started live streaming when they had 10 subscribers and now maybe they have 1,000, right? So I definitely think do not wait. You should absolutely keep going. Do a blend of mixing other videos, pre-recorded videos as well as live streaming. You will absolutely find success. But again, what are you defining success with? I'd love to see a follow-up to that question for sure. So Cool Gamer says, what microphone do you use? Right now, I am using the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. It is a USB microphone. You plug it in. It sounds great as it is. I also have a Shure MV7. Actually, it's right here, unplugged. This is an XLR microphone, also a USB microphone. Personally, I use the XLR method of it. I have been having some quirky issues with it in regards to the mixing application I'm using. And I had issues with it with the last mixing application I'm using. So I don't know, I'm starting to wonder if it's maybe just not friendly with my setup. And that can happen sometimes. Okay. All right, let me check in again, making sure I'm not missing any new questions here coming in. Want to make sure. Oh boy, we got more questions. I see Mary Precious Jones Huntsville. I see this is not for streaming on YouTube. I'm not sure what you mean by that because we are actually streaming on YouTube and you are actually watching the live stream on YouTube. So maybe I'm confused by what you were mentioning. So if you want to rephrase that question, definitely rephrase it because StreamYard is absolutely for streaming on YouTube, 100%. Okay, let me cue more of these questions coming in. I see some awesome questions. Boy, we might have to do a show about OBS. Michael, I might have to have you come geek out with me about OBS. We got a lot of questions here. Let's see. I'm just scanning for questions, putting them in my queue. All right. Okay. Follow-up question, a follow-up aspect to Mary Precious. I left a question 2 times. Maybe it's in the queue. I haven't been gotten to it yet. It's okay. We're getting there. Okay, let's see here. All right, going back to my queue of questions here. Now I got your question, Mary. Mary Precious Jones Huntsville says, I did a live stream on StreamYard. I noticed I had 16 hours when I logged off of StreamYard. It has been over 10 days, and I have not seen those hours show up in YouTube. I have over 500 subscribers. I did a live stream on StreamYard. I noticed I had 16 hours when I logged off. Did you do a 16-hour live stream? The only thing I can think is, so if you're not seeing it on YouTube, there's a couple things here. Okay, there's a couple things. Let's start first with, let me get my screen up here. So, okay, let me add my screen. When you say you're not seeing it on YouTube, I just kind of want to make sure. So when you go to a channel, let's just go to our StreamYard channel, okay? StreamYard's channel, all right? When you see the channel itself, all this organization, these lists and stuff, this is all set up in how you set up your channel, okay? So like what you want people to see on the cover of your channel. But you'll notice, if you, I'm trying to think of somebody I know that doesn't do this, that doesn't organize it this way. These are playlists that you set up. All right. If you want to go and see your most recent uploads and streams in order, if you go here to videos, you're going to notice all the uploads, right? It's going to show you everything, all videos. If you want to go here, drop down to past live streams. This is going to show you all your past live streams. So Mary, I would check there first and see if they're there. If they're not showing up there, then here's the next thing we want to do. When you go create a stream in StreamYard, and you're going to create a YouTube broadcast, okay? You need to make sure right down here where it says privacy, that needs to say public. If it says unlisted or private, it's actually not going to show up on your channel. And the only way you can see it or access it would be through your studio. So I'm not sure if that's the issue, but if you're streaming and you selected YouTube as your destination, it is on YouTube. It's just, maybe you did unlisted or maybe you're not looking in the right place. It can be a little tricky sometimes to figure out where those things are. So that's definitely one of the things I wanted to point out. Like maybe it's there. It's just not quite where you were looking. I'm not sure. So, all right, woo! Cynthia says I upgraded. Fantastic. Okay, let me get some more questions here. And I want to see if Mary followed up. Oh my gosh. All the questions coming in today. Okay. Mary, hopefully that helped you. If not, let me know. Okay. All right. So next question. Park Cruz says, when setting up your mic, is auto volume much better than using manual? When do you use manual? Okay. So I think what you're referring to is, oops, there we go. When you go to your stream and you go to your settings and your audio settings are here, you have a few options here. You have echo cancellation, which you should definitely turn on if you're going to be doing anything with guests and you're not wearing headphones. If you're wearing headphones, you don't need to worry about this. Stereo audio is going to give you better audio. However, if you do echo cancellation, you don't actually get to use stereo. So stereo automatically adjusts mic volume. I think that's what you're referring to. If that is, I personally don't use it, but that's because I feel pretty good about my setup. Sometimes people like to use this. I highly recommend you use this if you are using a built-in microphone on your webcam, on your computer, or if you're streaming from your phone and you're just using that built-in mic. I highly recommend you turn this on because you really can't make any adjustments. I'm using a microphone where I can actually adjust the gain right on the device itself. However, sometimes you will run into issues where, if you're going to be moving around, or if I need to move back here, go over here, then if you have this selected, it will actually accommodate automatically. So it's not a bad idea. It just depends on what you're trying to do and what your setup is. Good question, though. Okay. Mary's come back with more detail. So she says, the video is showing on YouTube, but the hours are not calculated. It's only showing 10 hours as of today. Okay, so here's the deal. When you go live, when you're live streaming, those minutes or hours watched while people are live do not count towards your total watch time on YouTube. It's replays only. I don't know why that's the case. I personally don't love it. I think part of that is because people would totally rig the system, right? Meaning they just go live and just turn it on and be live all the time, and then they would get all those watch hours. YouTube very much wants to have engaging content, and so they are going to only count the watch time in your replays. In fact, Michael Daniels, who is here watching with us, he actually clarified for that for us one time while we were live, and it was kind of coming up in our discussion. So while you're live, meaning like right now I'm live on StreamYard, YouTube is not going to count the hours or minutes that I'm live and all you watching as watch time. But if you watch the replay, then it does count. So hopefully that clarifies your question, Mary. But thank you for following up with the additional information there. Okay, I saw a few more questions. I don't want to miss them. Yeah, I wish it was counted too, right? I wish it was counted too. Okay, let me keep going. All right, sweet. Okay, next question. All right, Hugh Anthony Riley says, did my first live stream 2 weeks ago, didn't get any viewers on the day. However, got good views on the YouTube replay. Is this the best way to start? So very similar to what I just described, those watch hours and those replay views, if you're getting engagement on a replay of a live, that's actually absolutely fantastic. You are less likely to get engagement on a live stream replay than you are typically a good short video on demand, like a pre-recorded video when it comes to YouTube. Just in general, this just tends to be what happens. It depends on your content. I will say that. It 100% depends on your content. But if you're getting engagement after the fact, that's absolutely fantastic. Sometimes when you're just getting started with live streaming, you will not get a lot of live viewers right as you get started. Your audience isn't necessarily used to you going live. They're just not used to it. But as they get more accustomed to it and get more used to it, okay, they will start to show up over and over and over again. And so keep going. It's absolutely great, especially if you're getting replays and you're getting engagement after the fact, then it's working. What you're doing is working, so keep going for sure. And it is a great way to start. Especially, some people do personally find live streaming easier to do than pre-recording videos, editing them, and doing them that way. So get started. If live streaming is the way for you to do it, then make it happen. Geared to create media. Okay, so this is actually Keith from Damn Short Film Festival. Sometimes he comments as Damn Short Film Festival. Where did you get your intro music, or is that part of your countdown intro video? The intro music that I played, this. That particular song is actually built into the StreamYard Studio. If you scroll all the way down at the bottom in your brand tab, you will see 8 tracks. That's what I was playing. The music that was in the countdown video, this one, I don't know where that music came from because I didn't make that video. I really honestly don't know where that music came from. I don't know if StreamYard bought the rights to that song. I don't know if it's copyright free. I don't know. I didn't make the music. Our partner, Annette, over at Easel, actually made that countdown video. So I don't know. I can't answer the question. I wish I could. But great question. Glad you asked it. Okay, someone in our group says, is Chrome or Firefox preferred for StreamYard live streams? I'm having the audio delay issue and looking at browser as possibly contributing to the issue. Dang it. I will say that Chrome is the preferred browser. They have absolutely gone on record to say that Chrome is the preferred browser. Sometimes audio issues, the audio lag, the latency issues could be internet connection. It could also be your computer. So make sure everything's closed. Make sure that your computer is not using energy on any other applications running in the background, like Google Drive or Dropbox or even Outlook. Those are basically always syncing. Pause all those or turn those off or close those apps. The other thing that sometimes can contribute to latency is the cable for your microphone. So make sure if it requires a USB 3, it's in a USB 3.0 jack, those types of things, or even try a different cable. Those are just some quick things you could try that might help fix the issue. Allie's Crafts Pursuit says, so you can make a thumbnail with the background in StreamYard. You can use whatever you want as your background, as long as it's a PNG file, a JPEG file, or a GIF, which is what we're using right now. This pink stuff that you see is 3 megabytes or less. So yes, you can absolutely use a thumbnail as your background if you wanted to or an overlay. I've done that many times. You just, whatever it is, if it's an image, you can use it. So yeah. How do we change? So DeMarcus Make a Change says, how do we change the background when we are live? All you have to do is, let me just show you, because it's a lot easier to show you, isn't it, than to describe it. Okay, so if you're live, right, then you're in screen. But if you're not in screen because you're sharing your screen or whatever, you go to brand, you scroll down. Anything you do in this brand, I need to probably actually be in a brand that has stuff. There we go. If you want to use a different background, you can totally just change it right here. You can even upload it while you're live. You can add it and change it while you're live. So you can do whatever you want, to be honest with you. You just, while you're live, go over there and click it. It's that simple. So I know that seemed like a simple answer, but yeah, you just go and change it while you're live, and you can upload it while you're live, as long as you're on a paid plan. You have to be on a paid plan in order to use custom backgrounds. Shan Ray says, while using the OBS virtual camera, does that interfere with the multiple streaming time while going live? Does that interfere with the multiple streaming time while going live? I am not sure I understand that question. If you were streaming with OBS, okay, if you're streaming with OBS, you can't turn on the virtual camera. You either stream with OBS or you turn on virtual camera. I don't think you can do both at the same time. I'm pretty sure you can't. I would have to, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can. I don't know. But I'm not sure what you mean, actually, to be honest with you. So maybe add a little clarity to that question for me. Eduardo wants to know, is the GoPro good to stream on StreamYard? I personally have not used a GoPro with StreamYard. I've personally not used a GoPro at all, to be honest with you, but I've seen a lot of people use GoPros, and it looks like it's a great quality camera. It's kind of got that fisheye, that wide angle lens thing going on a lot of times, but I see a lot of people using GoPros as their background cameras or as their main cameras when they're streaming. So I've seen it. I've personally not used it. It's definitely worth a try. Okay, let's see. Marta says, do you have any tips on how to probably set streaming on LinkedIn? Is it better to schedule it on StreamYard or to set on LinkedIn and connect it with StreamYard? Oh, I totally think that it's better to set it up with StreamYard. When you connect your LinkedIn account to your StreamYard studio, when you go to schedule a broadcast in StreamYard and you schedule a LinkedIn broadcast, it is going to create that LinkedIn event on LinkedIn for you. It's going to do all the stuff. As long as you upload a thumbnail, put a title in there and a description, it's going to be great. The other thing that you would want to do is after, especially if you have a guest that you're maybe going to bring on, there are some other things in LinkedIn that you can do that you can't control from StreamYard. So once you schedule your broadcast, then go over to LinkedIn. And if you have a guest, for example, you can add like that host and that other things, add those extra details on LinkedIn. I say start with StreamYard first, That way it's all connected. And then when it's time to go live, you just open up your studio, go to that scheduled broadcast and click go live, and boom, you're live on LinkedIn. It's a lot better that way. I personally think that's way better. The other way would be you having to do a custom RTMP. No need to do that because StreamYard is integrated with LinkedIn. All right, let me do a quick check-in on comments here really fast. You guys are bringing it with the comments today. Okay, Okay, cool. I'm checking out everybody, and I'm seeing a couple of follow-ups to some of the things I was talking about for sure. So let's see. Okay, I see some questions coming in about features. Interesting 10-hour limit. I'm not sure that was the case. I think it's watch time. I think because she said she went for 2 hours. Gym lawyer, sorry. Anna says it's her birthday. She wants some confetti. Do I have confetti in the studio? I do. Happy birthday, Anna. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Super fun. Everybody say happy birthday to Anna. Super cute. Okay, good question. I'm just jumping in here, grabbing some questions. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, real fast. Does YouTube count the views while live? No, we actually just talked about that. So you may have already heard that, but they don't count your views while you're live, but the views count, the hours do not. After you're live, the hours count for replays only, but views do count for a live broadcast while they're live. Okay, I'm just looking for some questions here. Okay, cool. I'm just checking in real fast before I go back to my queue of questions. I probably will have time to take, I have 12 questions in my queue right now. Okay, I have 12 questions in my queue. I could probably take a few more new questions posted because I'm getting more and more of them. So I definitely, don't want to overcommit myself, right? We could be here all day probably. Okay, some of these questions I actually do not know the answers to. Some of them are also pretty loaded. So I may not answer all the questions I see. Okay, let's jump back into, actually, hold on real fast. Real quick, Maricel Canoy, we actually covered this in the very beginning. It's possibly coming, but I do not know when. She was asking about uploading custom music. Okay. I think I'm caught up on the questions. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Let's go back to questions. Okay, so Packer Dude just upgraded to a paid plan thanks to my co-host. Does recording time count without being live as I was testing my new features? Does recording time count? So if you're using the record only feature, I believe that's what you're talking about. That counts. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? Where does it count? I wish just upgraded paid plan. Does recording time count without being live as I was testing my new features? Oh, okay. Got it. The recording time does count. So you have so many hours that you can record per recording. Okay. Per recording. So you're good to go, but you also don't have to record or go into record only to test features. You can actually just enter the studio and play around and never click go live or never click record. All of the features will work. All the features will work. The only thing that isn't going to work is live comments. Like you can't practice queuing live comments and doing all that stuff because there's nothing live happening. but you actually don't have to do recordings to practice stuff. I actually like to do, I have a practice Facebook group that I use, and I actually just go live in there a lot of times because I like to go back and watch a replay when I'm testing features and testing audio and things. So that's another thing that you can do for that as well. Mitch Brunig says, does StreamYard work best on a computer or are phones okay? Phones are totally okay. Almost all of the features of StreamYard Studio will work on a phone. If you just go to StreamYard.com on a phone or tablet, you actually can use the studio. You can add guests, you can display comments, you can add banners, you can add videos, you can add all kinds of stuff. You can't share your screen. You can't add an extra camera. There are, of course, some features that are just limited to the device that you're using. But if that's what you need to use, because that's what you have, fantastic. If you have a really crappy computer and no good webcam, your phone might be better off, right? So it just kind of comes down to preference. I personally love using my computer because I can share my screen. I have big monitors. I can use my mouse. It's just for me a better setup when it comes to creating a really great stream. However, you can 100% use your mobile phone to go live. In fact, we went live on the mobile phone when we were at Social Media Marketing World. I went with StreamYard. It was super fun. Got to hang out with those folks and help StreamYard do some fun stuff when we were there. We went live the whole time. Every time we went live, we were live using Julie Riley's phone. And so let's see here. Let me add it back in. So if you look here, this was actually, we were live right here on a phone. We were on wireless mics too. So as you can see, we were displaying comments. We had our custom background. We were totally using the same thing. So you can absolutely use your phone. It's a great thing about StreamYard is it actually will work on your mobile phone. Keep it simple, Astronomy says, can I use a Stream Deck to trigger a video stored on StreamYard? As of right now, you can't. It's my understanding they would like to add hotkeys, customization of hotkeys to do that. But as of right now, you can't. So just so everybody knows, a Stream Deck is a piece of hardware where you can configure buttons to do things on your computer in different applications, as well as there are hotkeys you can create in StreamYard. If you go to your settings, you can configure those to your Stream Deck. But as of right now, you can't trigger a video just yet. Gosh, I can't wait till they make that happen though. That's going to be super cool. Eduardo says, what camera do you recommend to start a YouTube channel? Oh my goodness. Loaded question. I would say the camera that you can afford. You definitely want to avoid built-in cameras on laptops and computers because they typically aren't very good quality. If you can't afford a new camera and you have an iPhone, then I would suggest you use your phone as your webcam or your camera and do that. However, it just depends on the kind of videos you're trying to make as well. So if you're looking to upgrade and you want to buy a camera that's awesome, I would definitely look at the Sony ZV-E10. It's a great vlogging camera as well as a streaming camera. It's actually the camera that I'm using today. However, I am using an upgraded lens as well, which is why you get the blurry background and the high colors and all those things. Really hard for me to answer that question, Eduardo, because it really comes down to a lot of factors. Bowling with the Fef says, when it comes time to clear space in recorded videos, how do you prevent deleting the videos from YouTube or other platforms? Okay, great question. So back to the screen share. So when you're in your studio, now you're going to notice that I actually am out of storage right now. So I need to go in and delete some videos. When you go to videos, if you go this route, here's your video library. These are past live streams, okay? When you go here to the three dots, you're going to see an option to delete the recording. That will just delete the recording. That's it. So if you do it from the video library, you are only going to delete it from the library. However, if you go back to your studio and you go via this route to past broadcasts and you see the past videos and you go right here, you are going to see delete broadcast. That's going to delete the broadcast on where you actually sent it. So where you streamed it. So if you just want to delete the recording, you need to do it via the video library. Don't delete it via the past area. This is going to delete the broadcast. That's why it says broadcast versus recording. And when you do it this way, especially YouTube, which allows you, it will delete it on the actual channel. So be careful. That's what you want to see. If you want to just delete the recording, go to your video library and do it that way. Good question. Oops. I don't want to display that again. All right, Mark D says, any plans to add folders to the brand section like what has been added to banners? It would be a lot easier to find a specific intro, outro, overlays, video clips. Well, Mark D with a C, heck yes, it's already there. It's already there, my friend. You probably just haven't seen where to click. So let me just show you really quick. We go back in. So I'm entering. You have to go into your studio. So go into the studio. And you will notice if you go over here to brand, okay, brand, up here at the top, right here. If you click on that, you have folders you can create. You just create a new brand, and you can then customize the colors. And as you can see, it gives you a blank slate. So you can add whatever you want. You can add new overlays for different brands. And as you can see here, I have different brands as well with different overlays. I have old brands. I have a brand for another area where we stream and we do stuff, different overlays, different colors. So that's actually already there. In your brand tab, go all the way up to the top right here, and you will see where you can add those folders. And you can delete a brand if you want to change it as well. So good question, but oh man, I love a question when somebody's asking for a feature that's actually already there. Super cool. Okay. Let's see. Because of time, I'm going to try to get to the best questions I can here. Let's see. Evan says, when I log into StreamYard, it blocks my camera and mic. In my settings, they are all checked. I am using a Mac computer. It might be a browser permissions issue. I'm not sure. But Evan, what I would do is I would absolutely get over into our support team. So go to StreamYard.com/support and they can help you troubleshoot that one. They'll get it on live with you and you'll figure it out in minutes, I'm sure. Let's see. Corinder, when are we realized when do we get a new feature for poll on StreamYard? Ooh, that's a fun idea. I would definitely submit that idea. So in YouTube, you can set up polls for your streams. I think you can do that in Facebook Live Producer as well. Those features have not passed through the API into StreamYard or any of the applications, I believe. They're just not part of the API, meaning the features that can pass through to StreamYard. But it's a great idea. I love the idea. It would be cool if we could make that happen. But as of right now, I do not know if that's happening. Somebody in our group says, when will StreamYard have intro and outro automatically? I don't know. I'm not sure that they would. And the reason for that is that there's probably more cases where people want to manually control it. It could be kind of cool if you could make it a setting or a feature. But as it's very important to always remember, StreamYard, one of the core pillars is ease of use, not making things too complicated. And so sometimes some of the features that could get added, they would make things a little bit more complicated for the majority of our user base. So, but that's an interesting concept. I would go to StreamYard.com/contact and provide as much information as you can about why you want that feature. All right. I definitely am going to be able to answer some more questions here. So let me hop in. Let me scroll up and find some recent questions. Okay, cool. I already answered that one. Whoops. Okay. Man, time flies. I swear. Time definitely flies. Okay, let me grab that one. Oh, this is actually really funny. So Hot Metal Vet says, you could record your screen with OBS or Filmora or any really screen grab thing without using the studio recording. I have done that before. I have totally done that where I just opened up StreamYard and I just recorded the little window and did it that way. I've totally done that. That's kind of a little hack. That would be fun. Let's get 100. Let's get 100 likes, right? So if you haven't liked the stream, give us a like because Maurice, I'm saying it wrong. Marisol says, give it a thumbs up so we can get to 100. That would be super cool. That would actually be a lot of fun. Okay, let me check. I'm looking for more. So Doug at SmackDown had a follow-up question about using your phone. Yeah, you literally just tap it and it's right there. Same with banners. If you do it, you'll notice all of the studio looks exactly the same as it does on your phone. You'll see the tabs out to the right. When you click on banners, you can actually make banners right there. It's kind of hard on your little phone, but you can, the same way, you just tap it on your screen just like you would use your mouse and click it. Yeah, so Joanne is commenting on those Rode Wireless Go 2 mics that Julie and I were using. They did. They worked amazingly. I was very impressed with them. Okay. Manny behind the mic says, your lighting could be a tad brighter. I will work on that, Manny. I appreciate the feedback. Can you see comments from Facebook and YouTube? Yes. If you are multi-streaming to Facebook and YouTube via StreamYard, those comments come right in the studio. So you actually will see them when you are streaming. If you, when you're in the studio, this is your preview window of what's showing up. Comments will show up right here. They'll show up right here and you can click on it and then click it again and it goes away. So they will, YouTube and Facebook comments all will show up in the exact same place. It is, I'm in Indiana, by the way, in the USA, and it is so windy here, like crazy windy, and it is like roaring outside. So it's going crazy. Okay, I got some more questions. Awesome. All right, back to the queue. I got caught up on queue, so I've got time to take these questions. All right, so Charlie McGowan's Patrick Hill Station says, have done many live broadcasts, and it puts a great deal of effort into it. I get the same number of results as others are complaining about. Makes me wonder if the effort is worth it. Okay, so here's the deal. It all kind of depends. This is when I like to actually coach people one-on-one and work with people in my program. To be really totally honest with you, it's all going to depend. I mean, how long have you been doing this? If you've been doing it for 5 years and you literally have 5 new subscribers over 5 years, then yeah, something's not working, right? So it all just depends. I think it's very easy to compare ourselves to others, and it's very easy to get stuck and very easy to feel like we're not making progress because we're not making it at the rate that we see or perceive others are making that progress. So I don't know. It all kind of depends. As far as the efforts that go into it, there are ways you can build workflows so that things can be simpler. The other thing is that always be paying attention to your content. Is there a desire for your content out there? And if so, then make sure you're using the right keywords and phrases in your descriptions and in your titles so that those ideal users, viewers, can find your content. There are so many strategies to being successful when it comes to getting the numbers, getting the growth, getting the stuff to work. And a lot of it is back-end strategy, and it does require work. So there's so many great, our partner, Nick Nimmin, who does a live stream. He did one yesterday. He focuses a lot on YouTube. He talks a lot about SEO. Go watch a lot of his replays on the StreamYard channel because he's really, really great and exceptional at talking about all of those things, learning about how to grow the channel, how to actually create content, how to know what your audience wants, how to do the research to find topics that your audience cares about. One of the things about this show that we do on this show is we are answering questions that get posted in our group. If people are asking those questions in the group or on Twitter or where else, especially questions we see get repeated all the time, then we know people want that, right? So for example, we would get the question all the time about people using their iPhone as a laptop, on their laptop, as a webcam on their laptop. We have a number, I have like 3 videos on our YouTube channel, StreamYard's YouTube channel, where we talk about this, and those are high-performing videos because we get asked this question all the time. So what questions are people asking you all the time? Can you take that concept and then turn it on its head and create live streams about it to answer those questions? That is part of the key to your success of making sure that you're creating content that people want. That's the number one key is, do people want your content? And so you got to kind of focus on that, but it's tough question to answer. Anna says, do you have a video tutorial on how to add sounds like applause to the stream? Well, Anna, the easy way to do it is to make sure you have the right hardware configuration to play audio sounds. So a mixer or a mixer application to do that. We do have some videos on our YouTube channel about playing sound effects and things. That's basically what you're talking about. I think there's even a blog article. So go check out StreamYard's YouTube channel, look at the past videos, and I'm sure you'll find one in there. Carlos Tacos says, can I use my iPhone as a webcam for my laptop? Yes, you absolutely can. In fact, we have videos, as I just mentioned, on the channel about how to do that. You need an application like Reincubate Camo or Epoch Cam by Elgato, and you download the app on your phone and you have the app on your computer. And when you do that, they basically interface with each other, and there's a series of how you use it. But then when you go to your webcam, you select your webcam, you're going to select that app. So if it's Camo, for example, you select Camo, and then all of a sudden your phone is working as your webcam. Cayman 2010 says, or Cayman 2010, I want to be able to record when on remote location with my audio being controlled with a Rodecaster. Thinking, do I use the iPhone via the RC or try to record on a laptop? Whew, great question. I don't have a Rodecaster, so I don't know exactly how that works. It's going to kind of depend on what that Rodecaster can do and what kind of video you're looking for. If the Rodecaster is going to record the audio, but as far as hooking a phone up to it, the phone's going to record. I don't know I don't know if you can hook the Rodecaster up to a phone, I would think that would work. The only issue is sometimes phones, especially iPhones, they don't always work with all microphones and stuff, so you have to make sure it interfaces correctly. But you might just want to use the laptop. That's what I do. I just take my laptop and I take my setup with me. I wish I had a better answer for that. Karos Crystal says, is there a way to stream a pre-recorded video but add the features during the stream? Okay. As of right now, you can pre-record a video or stream a pre-recorded video, but you can't be in the studio clicking banners and overlays and doing those things while it's live. That's as of right now. I don't know if that's going to change. I certainly think that that's a great thought. I actually think it would be great if you could be pre-recording and you're just in the studio backstage and you're displaying comments and using all the features. But as of right now, no, you can't do that. So, but good question. I saw this comment earlier from Cynthia, Purgatory Paranormal of New York. Has anyone else mentioned a freezing issue while streaming on StreamYard with the Elgato Facecam? I have contacted Elgato, waiting on a reply. I've not. That's really disappointing that you're having those issues. I wonder if it's a cable thing. Cynthia, make sure that your USB cable from that webcam is plugged into the right type of port on your computer. Sometimes when things like that happen, usually it's one of those types of issues. So for example, if it requires a USB 3, like if it's blue, if your cable's blue, the connector's blue, make sure you're connecting it to the right type of port on your computer. That would be the first thing I would try, but I'm glad that you contacted Elgato. Hopefully they get back to you soon on that. How did you make your font bigger in the ticker text? I didn't actually. I didn't change any fonts. You have two options here. You have a banner and then you have a ticker. The banner font is always going to be larger. The ticker font's always going to be smaller. So I didn't change the font size. Maybe that's what you were referring to as the two types that I was using. Okay. She ordered a new cable and it only works USB 3. Hopefully it fixes it, but honestly, you just got that face cam. So I would honestly hope that Elgato hooks you up and takes care of you on that one for sure. Okay. How did you get the video? How did you get video behind your video? Okay. So this is actually a free background that you can get if you are part of our Facebook group, which if you're not, make sure you join our Facebook group. All you got to do is search StreamYard Community on Facebook and you'll find it. Now, let me go in here. Let me get back to, it took your comment down. Hold on. Nope. This one. Okay. If you go to our Facebook community, let me find it real fast. Apparently, I need to bookmark that thing. If you go to the top here, if you're in the community, you'll see featured, okay? If you scroll over, right? Scroll over, keep going, you will see these monthly posts that Julie Riley makes. Keep scrolling and you'll see more. Oh no, she took the others down. Okay, so let me go back here. If you go to this post, here's your March freebies. This animated background that you're seeing is actually one of those March freebies. But if you go here, it's going to take you to a Google Drive, and you'll see the past ones as well. So if you get spring assets, background, right? Here's the GIF blobs, GIF shapes, GIF spinners. These are backgrounds. These are GIF files that are less than 3 megabytes. They will work for your background. If you're on a paid account, then you just download this GIF file and upload it, and that is what it will look like. So great question. You love my lava lamps? Well, thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. Allie's Craft Pursuits. Appreciate it. I always get a lot of comments about my lava lamps. People like them. Grillin' and chillin' with Moho. Can you comment in your live stream comments while doing your live broadcast? I went over to YouTube to post a comment. You can, inside the studio, the StreamYard studio, you can comment for YouTube and you can comment for Facebook pages. You cannot comment in a Facebook group and you cannot comment to LinkedIn or Twitter. So unfortunately, it's a little bit limited on where those comments will go through. I feel like sometimes they go through on my group, but yeah, so you can on YouTube. I can comment right now inside the studio if I wanted to on via the studio. Eduardo says, does StreamYard have integration with Zoom conferences? Not yet. So as of right now, StreamYard can push out. Well, if Zoom conferences, I don't know about Zoom conferences. If Zoom conferences can receive, meaning if they can provide a custom RTMP location with that data, then StreamYard can absolutely connect to it. But right now, I don't think Zoom does that. So not sure that would work. Okay. Awesome. Yes, Allie's Craft Pursuit says, I love those backgrounds. I'm telling you, there's a lot of really cool stuff in there, a lot of freebies, a lot of good things that have been provided in there. So, all right, my friends. Yeah, thank you, Michael, for the reminder. When you do stream to a custom location via RTMP, as of right now, the data, so the way it works is StreamYard is taking your webcam, your voice, all the things you're creating in StreamYard, and it's data. And they're pushing that data to a custom RTMP destination. Anything happening over here in that custom destination, like the data doesn't come back, because right now, StreamYard doesn't have what's called RTMP ingest, which means RTMP data can come from an RTMP location back into StreamYard. That's being worked on. So hopefully someday we will be able to create new integrations with StreamYard on new platforms that do require that RTMP, but the data will be able to be transmitted back into the studio. So you would potentially be able to see comments and whatnot from some of those. It won't work with all of them, but we're really excited about making that happen. For sure. I know that that's being worked on. So, okay, my friends, we are at time. I hope that this was fun for you, a live Q&A today, a little bit different than our normal show. We will be back next week, of course, as always, with another Ask StreamYard show. So join us. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you get notified when we schedule live streams. We have all kinds of great things coming up. We've got new YouTube videos coming out. So when you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you will get notified when those new pieces of content come out to help you level up your live videos. And of course, I'll be back here next week with you at 11 a.m. Eastern time to talk about a new topic that's being posted in our group. And if you want to be submitted, if you want to have a question that you wanted me to try to submit on this show, then I want you to use the hashtag Ask StreamYard. Go into our Facebook group, post your question. You're going to get lots of help from the community, but use that hashtag Ask StreamYard. And if I pick your question to feature in the show, we're actually going to send you a t-shirt as well. So that's one way you can get an awesome, fun, free t-shirt. So, and of course, as a reminder, as I said earlier, make sure you join our Facebook community. We'd love to see you over there hanging out with us and asking your questions. If I didn't get to your question today, or if you have other questions that you didn't ask in the comments, great place for you to ask those questions is in that community. You can also do a quick search in the group, and you might even find that somebody else already asked your question and somebody else answered it. So definitely one of those things that you can always try as well. So super duper appreciate all of you guys. I definitely have enjoyed hanging out with you guys today. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been here over and over and over again. And until next time, I will see you around. Bye, everybody. Thank you.